All right. Hello to whoever's watching this. I'm sort of taking a little bit of a break from canning at the moment. I'm a little bit burnt out. So I'm going through my plot and basically releasing some old stuff. So the first thing that I wanted to show off is this. I'm not going to release this as a scam, because it's incredibly easy to build. But this is just a 14 spot pusher for either auto adjust or manual adjust. How it works is, of course, it cancels out the Y velocity in the barrel, and the way it does that is by using basically a miniature comparator clock, and it inputs like a pulse strength of 1 into the subtract side, and it will gradually wind the clock down, and those pistons will push out. So if I say pulse that once, you can see that top piston moves out there. I will say as well, this is optimized for a chest barrel. So if you just say have a chest barrel there, and then like you have your scaffolding above, your TNT, oops, sorry, chest barrel needs to go here. Your TNT is going to fly up, and in this case here, what it's going to do is it's going to clip into that block there, and I'll go forwards, and everything will come out of the barrel. So yeah, that's pretty much all it is. You can basically have this going as fast as you like. If you're paranoid about people getting into the cannon box, what you can probably do is put in another layer of obsidian behind these pistons as well. For the most part, though, because these are all solid blocks, there's nothing really for people to hit there. You should be completely fine. But yeah, if you are paranoid, you should be able to redesign this to use solid blocks in mind. So yeah, if you hook up like a 1 spot, a 2 spot, or a 4 spot auto adjust to this note block here, if you quick pulse that, something like this almost auto adjust like that. Except that's not working because I didn't finish it. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, I'll show you what it looks like when it fully winds down. So they're going, they're going, they're going. To be honest, what I can probably do is that. So that's what it looks like going on auto. You can see when it hits the end there, there's a reset. I think it's just going too fast just for that bottom piston to stick out, or maybe that bottom piston won't work because of how I've got the clock set up. But yeah, anyway, that's the auto adjust. What I will do as well is I'll just sit here, just sort of show you the setup. In fact, I can pretty easily rebuild it like that. So you've got 2 comparators sit there. These ones here, these are the those 2 solid blocks there basically turn this from like a almost like a capacitor that can discharge into like so you can see how that's discharging there. They turn it from like a capacitor to that can discharge into one that basically uses the subtraction to discharge like a finite amount. You can change this setup a little bit to basically make it go down further per shot. Say if you, I'm pretty sure what you can do is you can do, is it that? No, it's this. If you do that, what that'll do is that'll output a pulse of 2, and then it's going to be going down 2 spots per. But I prefer just to have it 1 like that. Anyway, yep, observer in the back. Now, a normal quick pulse, comparators don't work off a normal quick pulse, so what I tend to do is I tend to put in that 2-tick repeater in front of it. Like that, and then that will get you a basically a quick pulse from the comparator, like a comparator quick pulse there. And then, of course, we need something to do the reset. So what I did for this setup here, and I'm sure there's more optimized setups that can basically get a little bit more out of this redstone torch, because you can see that's only 14 going in there. And basically what it will do now is it's going to start winding down that clock. You can see my pulse lengths are starting to shorten in there. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then when it turns off, that redstone repeater or that redstone torch turns back on, completes the circuit, and then turns itself back off again. So yeah, that's a little auto adjust setup that you can use in your barrel. This one over here, this one's a bit more complicated. And I'm going to showcase that in the next video. What that is basically an internal adjust for a Canon, but you can wind it up and down. So that uses a comparator adder, which I was prototyping there. And yeah, that can both raise and lower the adjust from inside the Canon. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. I'll catch you later.